Hey everybody. Okay, I wanted to show you what is on my desk because I'm about to start a project. So these are all the pictures that I have separated right now. For some reason, I don't know how all this started, but back in, I think, April, me and the girls went to go see Richard, and then it seemed like almost every weekend for 3 or 4 weekends we did something, then we would take a week off and then go. So it seems like we've been to Dollywood a few times, Splash Country, went to Arkansas, went to West Virginia, went to my parents, things like that. So I'm gonna use all these pictures of these little weekend trips that we're taking, and I'm going to use them in a 8.5 by 11 I'm going to use my June Click Kit, which has the Journey collection by Crate Paper, and that's what I'm going to use for my 8.5 by 11. I don't know if I'm going to call it summer album because I don't know how long I will use it till. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm going to use that to document all of these. So I was going to show you what's on my desk and then get started.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump right into my kit. So this is a 12 by 12 cut apart sheet that came in the kit, and I've already cut one thing out, and I'm just kind of looking around seeing if there's anything else that I want to cut from this sheet. So the first two pages that I'm going to work on tonight are like a title page and then a page for the back of the title page. So I am going to use an 8.5 by 11 binder. So the first page, I know I want it. See that transparency sheet that I'm looking at right now, or that's on the top? If you look on my cutter, it says Our Adventures. I cut that out, and then I cut out another one that said Scenic Route. And what I'm doing right now is I'm cutting my white cardstock to an 8.5 by 11, sorry. And then I decided that I'm going to go through my stencils because I thought I had a map of the United States, but I don't. But I do have this kind of like grid of like a subway system or some kind of city map or something. I don't know the name of it, but it is a Crafters Workshop stencil, and it's a 6x6 one. So what I did is I just got my modeling paste and some black acrylic paint, and I mixed those two together. So right now I'm just going, I'm just running it through the stencil right now, just using one of those spatulas. And it looks like a mess, but when you pull it up, it looks really cool. So there we go. So I'm going to set that aside to dry, and then just kind of clean off my stencil and stuff. Alright, so there it is all dry. Now I'm going to pull that transparency that I got, and I know I want to back it behind that red piece of paper that came with the Journey collection. And I wanted to sew it, but honestly, I was too lazy to like get up, go get the sewing machine. I need to like plug it in under my desk. I think I would use it more for crafting. So I decided that I'm just going to go ahead and staple it. So I'm going to use my Tim Holtz stapler to staple it to it, and I just kind of like ruffle up the sides some. And then I'm going to use some, I believe some distress ink for around the edges of it, but I don't show that. So then that little map of the United States was one of the cut aparts from that sheet as well, and I just cut all around this, the map. But I end up not using it. And you guys, I'm telling you, I am struggling with 8.5 by 11. I don't know why I cannot put a layout. It took me a little over an hour to do two 8.5 by 11s, and they're not even have pictures on them or anything. It's just kind of decorating them for like, one's a title page and one's a filler page, honestly. And it took me forever. So I don't know what's up with that. I really need to like, maybe the more I work with it, the faster I'll get as, putting these 8.5 by 11s together. I don't know. You just assume that since it's smaller, it would be easier to do, but not for me. So there we go. I kind of gave up on that. I turned the camera off and I finished it up off camera. So I will show you that at the end. So now I'm going to work on my filler page. At least that's what I intended this to be. I don't know if I'm going to use it for a filler page, or I'm going to go ahead and add like a big picture, not a big picture, but a layout on the back of this one. So what I'm doing is I just got my stencil out. I'm using this arrow stencil with some black distress ink just because I thought it would be a quote, like a travel quote on Pinterest, and I found one, but then I forgot to like write it down. So I was like, oh, never mind. So now I'm just looking through that stickers, those stickers that came with the collection. And this is one of the exclusive, I don't know, cards that comes in there. They usually give you like 2 or 3 4x6 cards and some 3x4 cards. So I thought I'm going to go ahead and use that one. So I just cut it down to kind of like a 4x4. I have this 6x6 pad that I bought, you know, I bought it separately because I knew I wanted to use this collection in the book that I'm using, so I know I was going to need more papers than just what came in the kit. So I did pull 2 papers from that, matted them, put some distress ink, and it says the world is yours to explore. I'm sorry, it looks so small, it's hard for me to read it. So, and then I found this little card that says road trip that came in the ephemera pack, and I'm going to go ahead and use that too. So I glue all that down, and that is it. I believe I call it done after that. So stay tuned. I will give you some still shots of both of the pages, and then so yeah, that's the beginning to my summer travels album, or I don't really know what I'm going to call it. But there you go. I'm adding India ink to finish it off, and I will have some still shots coming up. Thanks for watching, guys.